Hello, everybody. What's going on? This is Jason here with all of your technology business. This is going to end the podcast for me this week. Thank you so much for everybody for watching, everyone who liked, who viewed, and thank you to the newest subscriber that I have. I really appreciate you. If you do subscribe to my channel, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to shout you out. Right now, unfortunately, I don't have that person's name in front of me, so I'm so sorry. But like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get into this video. So, as I said, this is ending the podcast for this week, but what would you do if Apple decided to bring back Touch ID? Or what about keeping Face ID? How about having both? Well, Apple released their iPhone 12, 12 mini, 12 Pro, and released their iPhone 12 Pro Max. Well, with that came a lot of new designs. Night mode and portrait mode. So you can now take selfies in night mode, and they added that to one of the cameras, to the two main cameras, and then maybe they'll add it next year. That you can record in 4K 10-bit APR. You can do Apple Pro RAW. You can basically make a movie with the freaking iPhone, and amazing changes there. Wi-Fi 6, 5G, which doesn't really make sense right now because we don't have the infrastructure for it. But anyway, I'm just ranting. Well, they did a lot of new designs in their bezels, the flat sides on the iPhone 12 mini, and so next year when they release their new iPhone, whatever they call it, they're not really going to go too big on new designs and new features. Maybe 120 hertz, that would be nice, but for people like me who are really techie, that matters. And you're thinking, Jason, I'm not techie, what is that? 120 hertz is how fast your screen refreshes when you're moving throughout an app, when you're moving from app to app, when you're loading things, everything like that. It's refreshing. How fast does it go? Are they gonna up the iPhone 13s or whatever they end up calling it, or SE3 or whatever? Are they going to upgrade that to 90 hertz? Who knows? I don't know, because of the battery life. That's going to require more of it because it's refreshing at such a high rate. Now, so I'm not sure. What else are they going to talk about? Colors? Oh, we fixed the product red, so now it looks red instead of pink. We fixed the gold, so now it looks gold instead of pink. They really like pink. I don't know who the heck is designing it, but wow. So, obviously, they're going to have minimal designs. What's a design they could go with? What is a design they can get people to switch to the iPhone 13 for? I got it. Yes, I am holding an iPhone 8, and look what it does. Oh, look, it's got a home button on it. Touch ID. Yes, that's right. I am hearing in the tech rumor community that they are going to possibly bring back Touch ID. Now, why do I say this? According to 9to5Mac rumors, they have said, or 9to5Mac, they have said that Apple has started polling their users, which is hilarious because they haven't polled me. So Apple, what are you doing? I'd like to take that poll. And they've been asking, what do you think of Touch ID and Face ID? Do you like Face ID? Why or why not? Do you think it's reliable? Why do you prefer Touch ID? Why do you prefer Face ID? Maybe you don't like it because it doesn't unlock when you lay it flat on the table. Maybe you're laying down like me and you point it at yourself and it doesn't unlock, so you have to move your head in a certain way, move the phone in a certain way. Who knows? But they're asking that question to all of their users. Now, this is not new. Apple polled their users last year and this year when they were saying, what do you think of your power brick? Do you even use it? Is it still in the iPhone box? Do you even have the iPhone box? Basically, then they decided, yeah, we're not going to include the charging brick. Our customers told us we're just wasting a lot of crap and e-waste, so we're going to take that out. So why would they bring back Touch ID? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, they brought it back on the iPad Air 4. On the iPad Air 4, they put Touch ID in the power button, which, of course, is cheaper than Face ID, I can imagine, right? Most likely. It had the power button, the Touch ID, so that means they had to remanufacture it, they had to redo the technology, add new sensors, they had to do all kinds of things and make Touch ID in a form and in a way and in a manner that they've never done it before, right? So they did it on the iPad Air. Why did they do it on the iPad Air? A, it could have been cheaper to do Touch ID than Face ID. B, it could have been that they just wanted to differentiate between the two iPads, the iPad Air 4 and the iPad Pro. They didn't want to keep them too much in common because you get an iPad Air and you put Touch ID on it, there's really not much, or Face ID on it, I'm sorry, there's really not much of a difference between the two iPhones. Okay, well, I think it's both. A, it was possibly most likely cheaper, and B, they wanted to make sure that if you wanted to upgrade, you can to the iPad Pro, that really nice, maybe third or fourth generation iPad Pro with Touch ID and motion cameras, motion sensors and AR and all kinds of goodies and illustrating art and Apple Pencil. I mean, it just incredible iPad, right? So cheaper, and they wanted you to know the difference. Now, why else would they bring it back? Again, I just went over. They might not have any new designs except for some of the techie things I just told you about, and maybe some colors and maybe a display size and things like that. But they might be doing it also because it's going to be to get people to upgrade from a lot of their older iPhones, because a lot of people don't feel comfortable with switching to Face ID from Touch ID, and so they want to keep it. And so what Apple is saying to them is, hey, look, we might actually make this new iPhone with Touch ID. So get rid of that iPhone 8, 8 Plus, 7, 7 Plus, and even 6 if you want to go that far. If you do go that far, and 6 Plus. If you have a 5, 5C, and I think they did a 5S, I don't want to talk to you. I think you're in trouble. If it still works even to this day, I'm proud of you. So that was like 2012, 2013. Either way, anyway. They want to make those people switch because it would be affordable, A, because it would be in the iPhone 13 or 13 mini, whatever they call it, and they would have something and some reason to change to the new iPhone. That's why you would switch. I mean, there's not really enough to go off of to say, oh yeah, they're making really broad, big, new changes to that iPhone. Yeah, I don't see it, right? So you could ask yourself, why else? Okay, they're making it affordable for people to switch. Again, it's your preference. And now people are asking, would they have both? I'm not sure, because here's the thing. You could have Touch ID and Face ID on one phone, but how expensive is that going to be? How much are they going to raise the phone? How much are they going to, if they don't, you know, I don't know how to put this. So if you have Touch ID and Face ID, you got to imagine, are they going to raise the prices of every other MacBook, which they already are? Are they going to raise the prices of your AirPods Pro? Are they going to make the AirPods Max $600 instead of $549? And are they going to, what are they going to do if they don't do that? Now, if they do it, the thing is that they might just do it in both. I could see it happening. They might just do a setting where they say, okay, do you want to enable Touch ID or Face ID? And you have to pick. Or they might have Touch ID and passcode, Face ID and passcode whenever you set either or. Or they might have, use either or. So let's say you're wearing a mask and it's a pandemic time, and you say, you know what, I'm just going to use my finger to unlock the iPhone. Okay, great, you can do that. Or maybe you're not wearing your mask, or you're somewhere where you don't need to be, and you should always wear your mask in public for pandemic times, and you want to use Face ID. Okay, great. Remember, they might raise the price on that iPhone. Remember, they got rid of those $50 because they didn't have headphones and a charging brick. Well, maybe they'll bring that back just to satisfy that. Who knows? Or raise. Who knows? Maybe or raise it another $100. Now, the other thing, could they have on display Touch ID? Now, we know that Apple has been applying for and getting in-display Touch ID. But that's been almost 5 years, coming up on 2021, and they haven't done it. Every year, oh, it might happen. Touch ID and Face ID in the display. Oh, it might happen. No. It might happen. No. It might happen. No, it's not. So who knows if they're actually going to do that. So now, also, did you hear? They might be getting rid of the cables because now there's another poll out and they're asking about the cable. You might just lose the cable. Because, I mean, let's face it, they made the iPhone USB-C to Lightning, and yet you can't charge your iPhone with your iPad charger like you could charge your iPad Air 3 with your iPhone charger, or charge your iPhone with your iPad Air 3 charger because it still uses Lightning. They should have just done a USB-C to USB-C charging cable because that would have been really, 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 really useful, and you could do really a lot of charging with that on other devices. I know I'm talking a lot, but that's the big thing right there. Would they get rid of the cable? Who knows? So leave your comments down below. Are they gonna change to Touch ID? Are they gonna enable it on other iPhones? Oh, are they gonna just have them both on each phone? And if they do have it on one phone or the other, which one is it gonna be? And which one do you prefer? All right. This has been a political podcast. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.